about Billy.
What the fuck is that? He's going to tip the boat.
He's a bad luck barman. He had a bar, lost a bar, had another bar, lost that too. Now he's started to build yet another bar. Will it be third time lucky?
They're good guys, you know, but they're a little bit slow.
Billy is a man without a bar. Why?
Let's get me a bar.
Bangkok likes to party. It can sometimes appear like a new bar, club or restaurant opens every week. Whether it's parked by the roadside or up in the clouds. And who better to show you around the scene than Billy?
Hey! Sometimes I like to have a bit of fun when people come over, and I try and, because they want to learn the language, and I tell them, you know, Sawadee Cup, that means hello, and Ko Tot Cup, that means excuse me, and Nom Saway, that means thank you. But actually it means you've got great tits. Got a few people in trouble with that one.
Joking aside, ex-barman Billy Brunsden has an exciting new project on the go in one of Bangkok's more notorious streets.
OK, this is Soi 33 in Bangkok. This area was always famous for being like hostess bars and that sort of thing, but the whole area is kind of up and coming again, and there's a lot of restaurants, cool bars, jazz bars, sports bars, and very soon Bangkok's very first gastropub. It's going to open here, the Bull and Bush. Let's go and have a look.
Billy's ambitious plan is to completely renovate and modernise this 5-storey colonial building. He's planning a huge feature wall built with British-style red bricks. It's a modern, cutting-edge look.
Walk through the doors here. Hopefully we've cleaned it up a bit by then.
All to be achieved with a slightly less than modern workforce.
When you keep your eye on them, they get to work. They're all right, they're nice, they're good guys, you know, you can see them there grafting away, you know, but they're a little bit slow.
Well, they are working in flip-flops.
I don't think we're going to be open next week.
There's a lot at stake. Billy has had to go to an investor to fund this new bar. They want a quick return on their money and are putting the squeeze on him to open in just 6 weeks' time.
My investor's not the easiest person to work with. He does want his pound of sweat. We say pound of sweat or pound of blood? Yeah, OK.
It's fair to say Billy has a bit of previous in this area. A veteran of Bangkok's bar scene, he's a local legend amongst the expat community. Originally from Sidcup in Kent, Billy got bored with his job as an accounts assistant.
I looked around the office and I didn't know what I'm going to do with my life, but I knew it wasn't that.
At a loss, he goes travelling with his cousin.
She said, hey, let's go to Thailand, and I'm not very good at geography, and I thought I'd go to Taiwan.
Billy soon feels right at home, and after years of working in Bangkok bars, he finally gets to run one himself, the Bull's Head.
Oh, it was a magical place. It was well run.
At first, everything goes great. But now all he has are memories.
Well, we didn't know that this was actually the last Friday night we had at the Bull's Head.
The owner of the building pulled the lease and the pub had to close. Billy from the Bull's Head had become...
Yeah, Billy No Bar.
Billy then attempts to open a new bar, Hemingway's. But that didn't work out for him either. Barman Billy was starting to be bad luck Billy. And his new venture could already be on shaky ground.
We found a major structural problem with the floor. So the building was... It was going to fall apart, really, or going to collapse on itself.
And the bill is rising.
It's about £300,000 to £400,000. That might go up. So what have they done? They clocked off.
They're clocked off. It's Miller time.
I guess cleaning up's my job. You know.
Billy doesn't really want to think about the alternatives if this fails.
Back in the UK, could be doing anything. I could be, you know, working for JP Morgan. I could be digging holes in Bethnal Green.
And in Billy's safe hands, what could possibly go wrong?
I'm in the wrong place.
In Bangkok, Billy the barman is struggling to build his new British-themed gastropub.
This is the main feature, which is going to be the big bar.
As you can see, it's not quite ready yet. But Billy's investor wants it open in just 6 weeks' time. They both know with Bangkok's bar scene, you snooze, you lose.
You can go out 1 month and you go into all the best bars in town, and you go out the next month and something else has come along. Someone's always constantly raising the bar, pardon the pun. Yeah, good to see you anyway.
But a new bar is nothing without people to drink in it. Billy's past pubs have a large, faithful following, but he's been out of the picture for a while and doesn't want to be seen as yesterday's man.
It's always good to get out in the town and see people and just let them know I'm still alive and still doing things.
Billy's days are tied up building his brick bar, so on nights like tonight, he has to go out and promote it. This new bar's opened on Billy's patch, and inside he spots some of his former die-hard punters from the pub he used to run, the Bull's Head.
Billy from the Bull's Head. Billy from the Bull's Head. Billy will always remember your name. Always. All right, Stu, how's it going, mate? You all right for a drink? Great. Blah, 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 blah. That's Billy. That's
your name
what makes him very special. And he can balance a pint on the back of his head. He's just silly Billy, really.
Ah, they remember him fondly. The problem is they're drinking in somebody else's bar, one known for its inventive cocktails.
The bar we're in now is called Apotheca, which I think is Russian for chemist.
Or maybe Russian for open, unlike Billy's bar, which currently looks like this. It doesn't help that this new bar is run by Bok here,
Where have I met you before, Billy?
another younger Brit who's recently arrived in Bangkok. Most people assume Bok's Thai, till she opens her mouth, that is.
I like to mess with people. Basically, I was born in Korea, moved to Manchester when I was 3 years old, and I've been there all my life.
Like Billy, Bok is keen to bring a bit of Britain to Bangkok's drinking scene, though she's taking a slightly more cosmopolitan approach.
So English tea cocktail. It tastes like tea. It's got a double shot of vodka in it, and you can't even tell. It's for those Brits who love tea, but also love alcohol. And I know there's a few of them about, basically.
Bok thinks old-timer Billy could do with a bit of this sort of thing in his new bar.
I'm thinking of calling this the Billy.
The Billy.
The Billy.
It's got a
Do you
ring
like
to
tea,
it.
Billy?
It's got a ring to it.
Do you like tea?
I love tea, yeah.
There we go, the Billy.
Can you call that one the Billy?
Well, the cocktail isn't Billy's cup of tea, but Bok seems to be. Though his choice of hugging partners gets slightly less fussy as the night wears on. So he goes back to wooing his old customers.
He keeps hassling us on the phone. Come here, come there.
Billy is a man without a bar. Why?
Let's get me a bar.
You have a fan club. I will follow you to any bar you open.
His former regulars may be pledging allegiance to him now, but until Billy's bar actually opens, the loyalty may only last as long as their hangovers. Barman Billy Brunsden is a legend amongst expats on the Bangkok bar scene after running the Bull's Head pub. But since it closed, he's been looking for some luck.
Billy is a man without a bar. Why?
Let's get me a bar.
And his latest project, building a British-style gastropub, isn't going too well either.
Happy with the direction, but not with the speed. That's the key issue at the moment, I think, yeah.
Well, that's putting it mildly, Billy. In a month, the pub's supposed to look like this. It currently looks like this. Dr. Daniel, Billy's investor, is worried.
Every day that the project has been delayed, it cost us lots of money. Altogether, I think it will be coming to something like £500,000.
It's not just money that's at stake for Billy, it's his reputation. He needs this to work, as he's in no hurry to go back to Britain.
Come on, then get to work. Back in the UK, could be doing anything. I could be, digging holes in Bethnal Green. I guess cleaning up's my job.
He's been a bar manager in Bangkok before, but this is the first time he's been given entire creative control of a project.
The brickwork we want to look like it's been there for like 100 years. This is my project. This is my name, my brand, my design. This is mine.
At the moment, though, it's Billy's pile of rubble. And Dr. Dan, the money man's so worried that today he's come personally to watch the concrete floor being laid.
Dr. Daniel is quite a character. He's very mysterious. He never really lets on, but he's half Armenian, half Japanese. You'll have to ask him why he's a doctor, I don't know what he's a doctor of, but...
Well, I am actually in dermatology and natural medicine as well. That's my main job. That's why people call me Dr. Dan.
Right. Anyway, to bring this project some better luck, Dr. Dan has a plan.
What is this, Dan?
This is gold, precious stones, crystal.
Right. What's this for?
There's a little bit of some rice, some grains, a little bit of soil from Tibet. That's for the good luck, for prosperity.
Dr. Dan's following an ancient Asian tradition of putting valuable items into the foundations of a new business. Billy isn't entirely convinced.
Superstitions. I always, when I wake up, I always try and clean my teeth in the morning, first thing in the morning.
But you're not the 500,000 down, Billy, so get throwing.
I think these are the first drinks on site. Cheers. That'll be £1.50.
The manpower on a Thai construction site is a little different from what you might see in the UK. Well, it's not always manpower for a start.
No, I found that quite unusual when I come over here, first of all, you know. Not only the fact that you've got women on the building site, but you've got old women working on the building site as well, and old women in flip-flops.
Pint in hand, and maybe feeling a bit guilty.
Hold it a minute.
Billy decides to pitch in.
Thank you. I'm sacked.
Yes, Billy, this is women's work. You're just not cut out for it. This floor's been a long time coming, so pleased with progress, Billy and Dr. Dan are getting in increasingly high spirits.
So you want this place to be a wow place.
What?
Wow in the term of construction, the building, the structure.
What's he saying?
The food, the service. We've got a wow manager in here.
A what manager?
We want to look at this business as a wow.
Vow?
So the wow factor must be there in every sense.
Oh, wow factor, got it.
Oh, is that Ton, yeah?
Ton, yeah.
We've got a really good designer. He's a young Thai kid. Anyway, so he's very clued up.
Clued up and, as it turns out, a bit disapproving.
Very early for beer.
I know, we're celebrating, we're
Are
getting
you a wow designer?
What?
Are you
Wow.
a wow designer?
Wow.
Oh, no, not this again.
Go and do
Wow.
well.
Ton doesn't look very happy.
Are we having meetings soon?
Yeah, we do.
Billy's worried how they're coming across.
The designer's turn up and he's very professional, and I can tell he's a little bit disappointed that we've had a couple of drinks, so I'm going to try and keep my wits about me during the interview. We shouldn't really have had like 4 or 5 pints in the afternoon. Right, here we go.
So, Operation Impress the Designer begins
Step into my office. Oh, man, it's locked.
and fails immediately.
It's that fucking Max. He locks it every time. I've left my key upstairs.
Designer Ton has actually had a rather expensive education in the UK.
I started in a prep school and then went on to high school. I think it's called, I think you know, the one called Harrow, on the hill.
Ah, yes, I do know it, yeah. So what did he make of the Brits?
They're quite nice, but I haven't experienced like up north. I know that they're a little bit more racist. I mean, uncultured.
Charming. Well, while Dr. Dan cements relations with the rather edgy designer, Billy goes to see how the workers are getting on. Well, famously, by the look of it.
To be honest, I'm chomping on the bit right now because I've got ex-staff calling me, when are you ready to open? And we've got the pub across the street and everyone's looking over, kind of like waiting for us to open and saying, ain't you open yet? So that's a frustrating thing at the moment, is getting to that point in the build where we can start enrolling staff and start promoting the new pub. One day this will all be yours.
Barman Billy Brunsden from Sidcup, Kent, is trying to build his dream bar in Bangkok. But the delays are getting worse and the bill is rising. So when are you opening, Billy?
I hate that question. Whenever I see anyone, no one ever asks me anything else, but when's the pub opening, when's the pub opening?
It was supposed to be this month, so Billy's got a new contractor.
Good to have you on board, man. Yeah, good man.
And to hurry things along, the workers are actually living on site.
This is our cold room, but right now it's his front room. This is the walk-in wardrobe. Come on, stop hanging around, get back to work. What do you think, this is Butlins Holiday Camp?
opening is looking a long way off, but Billy is philosophical.
When you live in Thailand, you just got to go with the flow. Like, you know, there's ups and downs. You just got to enjoy the ride. The most important thing is don't let it get you down and don't give up. Keep fighting and keep plugging away until you get open.
So, any tips for other would-be entrepreneurs?
Anyone who's in England who's thinking of coming to Thailand and opening a bar, my advice is buy an already operating one.
Oh. But Billy has found some joy amongst the rubble.
How are you? Come on, let's go on the side.
The woman trying to flog him a security system, Thou, has caught his eye.
I like you and I like to do business with people that I like, you know.
They've had one date.
No, it's not a date at all, no. It's just like I would like to know more about CCTV and alarms, so I decided to invite her out for a drink to learn more. But I'm going to put my best aftershave on anyway, just in case.
Attaboy, Billy. His bar may currently look like this, but tonight at least it looks like somebody else's bar will do just fine.